Who was Hailey Baldwin's husband, Justin Bieber, and how did they meet? The unexpected turns and twists that have occurred in the relationship between Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin may be ascribed to both their personal development and the strain that comes with being public personas. Both of these factors have contributed during the course of their relationship. Both of these external influences have played a role in the unanticipated developments that have occurred in the relationship. A modern romance is the term used to describe the kind of relationship that is being discussed here. Baldwin was just starting out in the modeling industry when Justin Bieber, a rising pop sensation who had just released his breakout single Baby, first set eyes on her in 2009. Baldwin was just starting out in the modeling industry. It was at that time when Baldwin was just beginning her career in the modeling profession. The year in question is the one that corresponds to the commencement of their story. Baldwin was in the early stages of her professional life at the time I was speaking with her. She was still a teenager at the time, and her father, Stephen Baldwin, was a well-known actor. She began her acting career at that time. She was following in her father's footsteps. Baldwin, who was their daughter, was the daughter of Stephen Baldwin, who was her father. Her uncle, Alec Baldwin, had a professional link to Scooter Braun, who was the manager of Justin Bieber. This is an extra point of interest that should be taken into consideration. An individual by the name of Scooter Braun was Baldwin's uncle. Despite the fact that they were able to meet for the first time as a result of this network, the beginning of a love relationship did not take place right away during their time together. The fact that Bieber and Baldwin continued to make public appearances together on a number of occasions over the course of the succeeding few years is further indication of the cordial friendship that exists between the two of them. Additionally, Baldwin was a person who was frequently seen by the public. Because they were constantly seen attending industry events and social gatherings together, the nature of their connection was usually the subject of curiosity and suspicion. This was due to the fact that they were frequently observed attending activities together. This occurred as a result of the fact that they were seen attending these gatherings together on a number of occasions. Despite the fact that their interactions were pleasant, there was not much evidence to suggest that they were involved in a more serious romantic connection with one another. In any event, this was the situation. The year 2015 marked the beginning of Baldwin's rise to prominence in the fashion industry, while Justin Bieber's reputation continued to make strides toward greater prominence during the course of the year. The commencement of their connection coincided with the beginning of their relationship, which occurred around this period. Their relationship began to garner greater attention around this time. It is also significant to note that each of these occurrences took place at the same time, which is another truth. Despite the fact that they were seen together more frequently than they had been in the past, rumors started to spread that they were romantically engaged with one another. In spite of the fact that they had never been seen apart from one another, this nonetheless occurred. Their connections on social media, which included the exchange of images and phrases that suggested a more profound relationship between them, helped to the growth of this perception. At the beginning of 2016, the general public had received a larger awareness of their relationship. Nevertheless, it was still unclear whether or not they were technically related to one another. This was the case despite the fact that they had gained recognition of their connection. Two of them went through a split in the beginning of 2017, which is considered to be the first important test that their relationship was put through. Both of them went through this. While they were apart, she continued to establish her profession as a model. During this period, she achieved notoriety as a result of her work with big fashion companies and multiple appearances on the covers of magazines. During this time, she also continued to build her career. In the midst of everything that was going on, Justin Bieber concentrated his attention on his career as a musician, as well as his own personal development. Baldwin, on the other hand, has made a point to consistently strive toward improving her reputation throughout the duration of her performance career. During the time that Bieber was openly disclosing his struggles with mental health, Baldwin was concentrating on her own personal and professional development. There was no doubt in Baldwin's mind that she would succeed on her own. During the time that Baldwin was focusing on her own personal development, both of them made the most of the chance to address their own problems. The development of Baldwin's own personality was a focus of her efforts. In the middle of the year 2018, they began to rekindle their love for one another. This event marked the beginning of a new phase in their relationship. When Justin Bieber proposed to Baldwin in the Bahamas in July, it was a moment that received a great deal of attention from the media and piqued the curiosity of the general public among the general public. Baldwin accepted the proposal. Baldwin was the one who was presented with the proposition. In and of itself, the proposal was a proof of the pair's renewed commitment to one another, and the decision of the couple to get married not long after the proposal was a reflection of whether or not they wished to establish a future together at the time of the proposal. Because their civil ceremony, which took place on September 13, 2018 in New York City, was a private affair and took place at a courthouse, they were able to get married without the enormous media circus that is typically associated with celebrity weddings. This took place in New York City. The fact that their wedding was a civil ceremony contributed to the fact that this was a possibility. As a result of this, they were eventually able to tie the knot without the constant presence of the media circus. On the occasion of the celebration of the couple's marriage, which took place on September 30, 2019, a ceremony was held that was more extravagant and official than the one that the couple had attended in the ceremonies that came before it. It was a fantastic celebration that took place in a breathtaking location and featured elements that are generally associated with weddings on a regular basis. This event was a wonderful celebration. All of the individuals that were present at the time of this event were members of the family as well as close friends who were present at the time. The fact that they chose to host their celebration in South Carolina gave the idea that they desired to have a more private and intimate affair, one that would be held in a manner that would be hidden from the view of the general public. These were the kinds of experiences that they desired to have. From the commencement of their marriage till the current day, Justin Bieber and Baldwin have handled the challenges that have come up as a result of their high-profile relationship with professionalism and honesty. Since the beginning of their marriage, they have been married. For a considerable amount of time, Baldwin and Bieber have been married. It has been stated that an open and honest account of their journey has been presented, documenting not just the difficulties they encountered, but also the victories they discovered along the route. They are able to discuss issues pertaining to their faith, mental health, and personal development in an open and honest manner, which has resulted in a significant percentage of their fans and followers providing them with positive comments. Justin Bieber has been extremely honest about the difficulties he has encountered with relation to his mental health on a number of occasions throughout the course of his career. In addition to this, he has made use of his position to advocate for increased awareness and assistance for persons who are employed in the business. By making use of his current position, he has accomplished this. Baldwin has been speaking in a manner that is both open and honest about the difficulties that come with living a public life, as well as his own journey of self-discovery and the professional triumphs he has achieved. The difficulties that come with leading a public life are something that Baldwin has acknowledged as well, because they have demonstrated that they are devoted to one another and have maintained their unwavering dedication to one another over the course of many years. This is a significant piece of evidence indicating they have been together for a considerable amount of time. The connection between Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin has allowed them to develop a strong foundation that is founded on love, support, and mutual respect for one another. This foundation has been able to be established over the course of their relationship. Despite the challenges that come with being a celebrity and the criticism that comes from the general public, this is the situation that exists. The tale of their love is not only about high-profile romance, but also about personal development, triumphing over hardships, and establishing stability and happiness together in a world that is increasingly complex. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.